final best of one. On the blue side again is Hanwha Life, and they were outdrafted, I would say, in game number 1 by a very smart SKT draft. The first pick Swains aren't working out, but we could still see another one here, as it is so tempting to go for the 3-way flex.
They might have it yet again. For now, though, Pyke and the Aatrox going to be banned away. Hanwha Life, see if they want to ban the Tahm Kench again like we saw on blue side in game 1, but I highly doubt it. Instead, we will see a Galio ban coming through.
Was a nice pick for SKT. It allowed them to blind pick Faker's champion and know he would have relevance one way or the other. The Yasuo picks haven't been working out for SKT. Last couple of times we've seen them, even though Faker's Yasuo on its own. Looks pretty clean. So far the bans pretty similar on the red side. Again, the Tahm Kench, I think you can leave it up. I think, you know, you see the 0-4 Tahm Kench, you're not too worried. What do they want to ban though? It's Nocturne, Zoe, Swain we already mentioned, a lot is open.
Really running down the clock with this one, Hanwha. Trying to figure it out, and it's going to be Shen in the end. Okay, I thought maybe for a second they were going to abstain from banning.
Not quite a junk ban, but still kind of a surprising one. So 2 changes from the ban. In the start, that means they will end up losing the Nocturne that's going to be banned away by SKT. All of the junglers by Nocturne are up.
And look at that. What a surprise! Might just be another Swain first pick.
Swain and then an answering Sejuani would be not that surprising. Seeing though, Hanwha Life have been definitely burning the midnight oil on the draft phase for both the last ban and last pick. They will take the Swain. Doesn't show anything, and even though it's been on the losing side in this series, has been a power pick in other series.
Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Blank play the Kindred again. At least then he has an emergency button with a Lamb's Respite to try to keep himself alive and others. But Sejuani going for something tanky here. We can just kind of skirt around the fight, poke out. As the ranged engage the Glacial Prison does make sense, so they will go ahead and lock that one in.
What will they pair it with, though, in the first round? They don't have as obvious a first-round blind pick for Faker like they did in game number 1 and game number 2. Early picking for Faker seems to be a recent thing for SKT. But how about setting up for a Morgana in the bot lane? Could definitely still be on Bang, who's played it a couple of times this season. That does mean that Faker's going to have to find damage for the mid lane, though, Achilleos.
It does. But Galio, not going to be there. Saw that purchase of Swain in game 1, so we'll have to bring us something a little bit different if that is going to be for Lava. But like you said, Morgana so far. We'll see if it's for Bang or if it's going to be for effort.
Will it be the Trundle? Works well with Swain. No, someone's Kindred that he's been picking.
Okay.
He's not interested about any Swain synergy. He's interested on doing some hunting on this Kindred. Great games for him against KT Rolster 2 times in a row on the Kindred.
Just bringing that one out. Gonna be looking for another victory here in game number 3.
6 games in a day, and we never saw Trundle versus Sejuani. What a rare treat for us.
I know, it sounds wonderful. It's a great turn of events. As for the support role, though, you see a Morgana. Tahm Kench makes a lot of sense.
Against Sejuani as well. And it is a duo lane we've seen plenty of times. The Tahm Kench and Swain. No guarantees it'll be a bot lane Swain when Hanwha Life Esports played it. Was mid lane for Lava. We'll wait and see, and I'm sure they will reevaluate in the second round. SKT haven't shown anything yet. They haven't necessarily revealed anything about their draft. This would be revealing their bot lane pick.
Yes, it would, unless Faker wants to surprise us with a mid Karthus, but I highly doubt that one. So Karthus Morgana in the bot lane.
Do you see this in ban Kled if you're Hanwha Life? That's an intriguing question.
I hope not. I hope they don't ban Kled.
How are we going to go full Rogue Warriors here? Are SKT and Hanwha Life going to expect or even respect the full Rogue Warriors? Super carry Doinby. Faker's been playing that Kled in solo queue.
I'm sure Hanwha's been doing their research, but fingers are crossed that we get to see Faker on the Kled and it's not just banned away. Come on, Hanwha, show me some disrespect. So far, so good.
Banning away the Talon. Faker's Talon, not a pick he's played too many times in competitive play.
Yeah. The Zed, though.
You know, one day we'll see a Zed. One day it'll be just too damn juicy.
Yeah.
For the Zed, but so far we've had no Zed. Second second ban here from SKT. They seem to be expecting a marksman, or the potential for a marksman in the bot lane. Try to rain on the parade of the Karthus that we saw dodge lane so well by Bang in game number 1.
Well, taking out the Zoe just in case it's going to be a top lane Swain. Still going to be Mundo on the board if that Swain is meant for the mid lane. But Darius is there as well.
And that's the thing, you don't ban the Darius or the Mundo, and you're probably pretty happy. If you're Hanwha Life, it would force out a Mundo pick if they chose to ban Darius themselves. Yeah, they choose to ban the Yasuo. So SKT, they would prefer not to reveal anything. As Bang starts hovering over some tertiary picks.
Yeah. Come on. What's it gonna be? Mid lane Aurelia, perhaps? We'll get locked in.
A lot of mid lane champions taken out over time in this draft. The Poppy mid lane, a possibility, I guess, against the Aurelia. Seen it already in the LCK. This would mean mid lane Swain trying to wave clear against the Aurelia. As the Ezreal being hovered for Songyun. Doesn't have a lot of pushing, so you imagine bot lane Karthus will be able to push in an Ezreal pretty easily, so I like the fact that they move away from it.
Yeah.
Inviting the Darius counterpick a Hanwha Life by taking the Mundo.
Bold after Tull's performance in game 1.
But remember the early part of the performance there.
That's true. It was a bit nightmarish. And they had a Kindred as well that really set up that fight. So maybe the Ezreal yet again.
Must admit, I'm not a big fan of taking Mundo when the Darius is up and then allowing yourself to be pushed in by a Karthus, but as the decision on the blue side by Hanwha Life. And the Darius is pretty damn obvious for SKT, and they're definitely going to pick it.
Yep. Go ahead, lock that one in. So, unfortunately, not the Kled that you were looking for, Papa Smithy, but we get to see Faker on the Aurelia, which is always an exciting pick for him.
Not really sure why we saw Hanwha Life take that tune on the blue side in the second round. I think that's actually given SKT a lot of options here. There is safety on the Ezreal, but should be pushed in lane by the Karthus, smiting and skittling away. Morgana will be able to create some threat, but the Tahm Kench will answer most of it. The Aurelia blind pick from Faker, who's been one of our best performing Aurelia players, has played a lot less than a lot of the other opposition. And then Linderung just opting into the worst part of the top lane matchup.
Well, Bang back over onto the Karthus. Saw before getting a nice level advantage over Songyun and Key down on that bottom side of the map. We'll see if he can replicate that and manage to stay safe. Doesn't have the Shen this time around for something like the Stand United, but he's got the Black Shield from the Morgana. We'll see if Hanwha Life can capitalize on this comp, if they can turn it around against SK Telecom. They did a good job of it at the start of game number 1, shutting down Tall and Blank, but all just kind of spilled right out of their hands in that one crucial team fight. The multi-man taunts coming through. The Shen's not there. The Galio's not there. That fight happens with this composition. It probably still goes the way of Hanwha Life.
I'm going to be looking for Songwon to really be the general of the early game. He could have taken the Trundle, gone standard, and set up the passive from the Swain. He's going hunting with the Kindred. Looked great against KT Rolster. He's got some weak lanes to jungle around, so he's going to honestly have to be taking it to Blank and really taking this early game and making it advantage Hanwha Life.
Well, both of these teams have had embarrassing games. SKT in game 2, Hanwha in game 1. It all comes down to there's a best of 1 decided. The last game of the round robin. Let's see who comes out on top. And here we are yet again for the last time this evening. Sounds like a Songyun fan here in the audience.
Interesting summoner choice by Effort. He's gone heal on Morgana. I imagine that is just to allow Bang to live in a tough situation since he doesn't have a laning summoner of his own. Ignite probably doesn't have a lot of value because Morgana doesn't have any threat against Ezreal and Tahm Kench. Does reveal they took Binding level 1, which means the push war should be just fine from the side of Hanwha, but to be honest, Bang is probably going to be power jungling. You remember game number 1, Talisman start went from Wolves to the Gromp, and there is no advanced vision from Hanwha Life to contest those camps until now.
See, they're trying to poke down the Karthus though. Make this jungle start a living hell for him. Already got a little bit of damage in, but won't find any more shots. Effort going to be backing him up at the start.
I think we'll definitely be seeing delayed invades. Hanwha Life have done a lot of scrimming, a lot of practice, but they don't seem to have a compositional or a level 1 answer to deny those camps. So Bang's going to be able to take 2 camps pretty easily, I imagine. Effort to try to body block a Mystic shot, but Effort's already showing in the bot lane, so they're not worried.
Okay, just on the other side, Songyun. He's got that red elixir ready to go, and Songwon on a very early roam down to the bottom side of the map, but will be spotted on this ward as he goes for the scuttle.
And remember, there's no camps for him to counter jungle apart from the scuttle because they were taken by Bang before he entered lane. I think the level 1 there could be a lot stronger from Hanwha Life. You've just played against this 2 games ago. You're coached, your sub-players are watching in the back. Disappointed to see they give away 2 free camps. Just like you don't give free camps to an Aatrox at level 1 if he walks over to the Raptors. Shouldn't allow the Karthus to pick up 2 camps either.
Could have tried to invade in to go for the blue buff, but would have been just a bit too risky given the wraparound from Bang and Effort.
And that's the thing, is that Bang is already going to have push advantage in the bot lane because of his levels, so while the blue buff was up, it just wasn't a realistic camp for them to try to play around. Speaking of playing around, Sejuani able to hit the top side scuttle.
Trying to give as much vision to Tall as humanly possible. We saw the repeat ganks onto that Darius in game number 1, so I want to try to avoid that situation if at all possible.
Want to shield the Sejuani from any sort of skirmishing in the early game. Don't allow the Kindred to get a chase on. See how Faker's lane control will be on the Aurelia. We knew he would go high damage and really impressed us on the Aurelia last time out. Took a lot of minion aggro though.
Yeah, he has been getting bullied out. He's already used all 3 charges of the Corrupting Potion. This is out on quite a bit of CS. 8 down at the moment. It's going to have to go back to base. No TP, so it's going to be a slow return for him.
This time I'm a big fan of the Resolve Tree Grasp procs on the Swain and against the Aurelia. Seems like she's really struggling to take any sort of even trades. Seeing Blank in the forward brush.
Yep, well, Linderong going to walk right into that one. It's going to be the flash forward. They lock him up. They pull him back in. First blood goes over to Tall. Oh boy. Flashbacks of game 1. Likely running through the minds of Linderong right now.
Really easy execution. One's bot side picking up a blue buff as his top laner goes down. Executioner's calling probably going to be pretty damn early in the top side, but Faker has stayed for a long time. Remember, he went Ignite in this lane, lost the trade super hard, and now we might actually see an attempt at a turret dive. This could be tricky. Blank's in the right spot.
Yeah, Blank looking to alleviate some pressure. Saw one coming in. They're going to turn this one right around onto the Kindred. He goes down. Blank finds the kill. Now Lava flashing away to get out of turret aggro. Blank not level 6, of course, so does not have the ult to try to lock down Lava. But Hanwha Life stretching, looking for these picks, but just in the right place at the right time. Blank now twice in a row.
A very nice pathing from Blank. Comes to mid lane. Faker calling him and saying, I can't get a good recall timing. I'm way behind in CS. The turret dive was speculative by the Kindred. Level 3 against an Ignite Aurelia. Not the way you want to be. Now 2 kills to SKT.
Yep, and the majority of that Raptor camp going over to Blank as well. Faker gets his back. Just going to be looking for Sheen here in a bit. Picks up a longsword as well for some added damage, so a lot of aggression that we're going to be seeing out of this Aurelia.
Just so greedy from the Kindred, because consider what was happening. We were seeing Blank come to mid lane just for the purpose of helping the push. If you look at the summoner choice from Faker, you know why he's sticking around. Because he can't just TP back to lane without losing multiple minions. You have to know that Blank is going to come to help him, because otherwise he's going to be stuck at 13 CS and not be able to back. Instead, too greedy on the turret dive, a bit solo Q-esque, I would say, from Songwon, and it compounds the early game problems for Hanwha Life.
Yeah. Complete reversal compared to game 1. The state of the game right now. Blank hovering around the top side of the map. There's a control ward and normal ward thrown down in the jungle. Blank will push forward. There's a ward there. Go clear it.
Don't see it just yet. Talk by. All about the zoning here. Blank's happy to stick around. Linderong's still level 5. They might dive him anyway.
We're gonna find out.
Lava's walked a long way to make this happen.
That he has. Now he's gonna get spotted out. Just Arctic Assault to the side. Quick, abort! Makes his way out.
Definitely bro status for Lava, walking up just for the potential of that turret dive. was fortuitous. Faker freezing the wave. Saw them do this on Aatrox. Yasuo is very good at controlling the wave on melee champions. He knows the top laner already revealed himself, so he's not going to be able to take any harass to get this freeze off. And now, a bit awkward for Swain.
Hello, Key.
He just walks up to stop the freeze.
Yep. Just paying a quick little visit here. We'll just waddle his way back down towards the bottom side. Or will he? Pushing forward, looking for some vision. Throws out a control ward there, inside the jungle. Effort taking a lot of damage from Songyun. Gonna have to peel back.
Level 6 has been achieved by Bang.
Stop coming through. True shot. Gonna be down. This is an opportunity for Songyun to layer a bit of damage in onto this tower. Went for the Sheen first.
Both of them cancel their backs right at the last here. Always a bit of a war deciding when to back. And Ezreal had no mana. That's probably the call from Bang is no mana, so unlikely to be staying for another wave. Misses the cannon. Feels bad.
Didn't have smite.
It's true. Now, while the Executioner's calling's not there, the lane control is extensive for Tal. Criticized him in game 1 for not pushing the wave in when he had a lead. Went for the deep freeze while his Kindred was unable to invade and get marks. This time, he's been happy to push, and look at the control ward line. So aggressive by SKT around this Darius. Linderung always under threat of being dove on the top side.
And that's why Songwan is roaming up towards that side. See, the blue buff's going to be coming up, though, and wants to hand that off over to Lava. This effort roams in towards mid. Hasn't been spotted from what we can tell. Good ward control along this bottom side by SKT. Just that one control ward that's in just on the opposite side of the blue pit right now.
He's waiting just to get information and take the scuttle. He's starting the scuttle.
Yep.
Does get it quite comfortably.
He's going to smite that one away. Clears out the ward in the river as well.
Oh, look, a freeze.
Tal was even backing him up.
So many people rotating through mid to break and also start freezes for Faker.
Power used there by Key. Effort and Bang just trying to get some harass in, but the Dark Binding doesn't connect, so just get a tiny little amount pushed onto the Tom Kench. So now Faker looking for the stun, tries out Smart Lava, but a nice juke to the side. Stops him from getting locked up, but the passive will still come through there. Like, just making sure he can't push forward, trying to get any burst in on a Faker.
And someone needs to kill a cannon, because these cannons are living too long. They just wait out the ult, but Blank doesn't want to re-engage.
Yeah, thinks better of it. He was just a bit too far away. In the meantime, Bang just going to go ahead. Blue buff. Key a bit too late on that roam in. Just throw a couple wards down.
A nice little bit of experience for Bang. Didn't have his support in lane. Not often the Faker will give up his blue buff. We do see it for Bang this time. Songyun pushes up. Still not a lot of turret damage done, as we mentioned, so Smite Karthus very, very happily farming in the bot side. Stopwatch is up on Linderung. Also up on Lava. One of the other reasons that Blank didn't choose to all-in onto the Swain. Speaking of all-inning, why not the first Mountain Drake of the game?
Yep. Hanwha, they're aware of this. Songyun's just waiting to try to throw a True Shot Barrage. No vision. The Vampire comes down, but you see it's a bit too late, so he'll just go ahead and hold on to the ultimate in case he needs it for wave clear. Just stop the push from Bang. As Key goes on a roam towards the top side of the map. Missile Voyage going to be ready to go. Tull does have Flash. Mate down, a Missile Voyage coming through. He's going to flash immediately. Songwan jumping forward. Takes him down to about half HP. Gets the Apprehend in. Heals up from the Decimate, but that's going to be the flash in from Linderung, and Key actually takes away the killing blow.
And Key also taking turret aggro was important. A little bit unsure how he picked up the kill. Actually doesn't have Ignite, but was able to get it anyway. He walks up. Might have actually had the Ignite from the spellbook. Not 100% clear there, but picked up the kill. Then trying to get turret damage, and Blanks just scurrying his way topside, stopping this turret from going down in one fell swoop.
Yeah, barely going to get any damage on it. So at least nice for Tull now knowing that his lane opponent also doesn't have a flash. Fortunate for Linderung. Just wanted to confirm, but they're sticking around.
I wanted to see if Tull will be greedy and teleport onto the minion wave. He doesn't, and yet he still might go down. Achilles.
He might, depending on how much they want to commit for this, because this is leaving Songyun alone in the bottom lane, but he's in Ezreal, so, you know, Arcane Shift and whatnot. Still going to be pretty safe.
We're going for the just tilt them strategy.
Yep. What was that about a Dyrus treatment?
It looks like this.
It pushes forward, clears out the minions.
The jump
He's
scare's
down
coming.
towards the bottom, and hello! How's it going? It's going to slow him up. 3-man apprehend, gets a decent little heal there, but yeah, he's dead. In the meantime, like got a Rift Herald.
Probably
Worth.
Yeah, pretty good trade, really, all things considered. Tar will feel a bit hard done by. SKT also shoving in the bot side, knowing that Tom Kench is still top.
Trying to get as much damage as they can. But TP up to the top side. Songyun looking to really help secure this first brick gold. Faker's down bot, but yeah, they're not going to be able to push in faster than this. The wave more in support of Hanwha Life, so they will go ahead pick that one up, and they do have a gold lead at the moment, 1.2 thousand in the lead, because it's 2-2.
In that scenario, usually you would have the Rift Herald to increase the tempo for SKT. Not used yet. Lava comes bot lane. I'm surprised it even came off.
Never moved there. On to Bang. Vision of Empire almost gets the pop, and Linderong's wrapping around as well. He's going to pop that ultimate. Jump forward. Lava really trying to take them down. Effort going to go golden with the chains out. Try to lock him in, but he can't get the lockdown there. Onto Linderong. Drag back in. Onto Bang. 2 kills going over to Lava. Requiem coming through. Linderong. Oh, he goes golden just a bit too soon. Comes back in. Hands a kill over to the Karthus, but it's still going to be a 2-for-1.
Bit of disarray around the map. Couple of kills there for SKT at the end, but just the kill onto Linderong after the stopwatch, definitely not worth it for the collapse. It was very decisive by Lava. If he was a couple of seconds later, the turret would have been down. He would have donated his teleport.
Yeah.
Instead, they get the kills.
They even keep the turret.
They do for now. Lava still bot side. I don't think Sejuani is going to change the predicament. You really don't want to use the Rift Herald for that final 126 hit points on the turret.
Be too much of a loss on the Rift Herald. Utilize that perhaps in mid or top. Faker has rotated up towards that side of the map. But Hanwha Life firing back after what was a bit of a rocky start. Come back through, take the lead. Not only in gold, but now in kills with that 2-for-1 exchange on the bottom side of the map. SKT, they have the only dragon of the game thus far, that mountain that they took earlier on, but Infernal should be coming up in just around 2 minutes' time.
Map control so important for both these comms. Both teams opting into strong team fight. SK Telecom comp in the late game just has so much mixed damage like they did in game number 1. Thanks to this smite bot lane Karthus that is very hard to itemize and to have true tankiness out of the Mundo. Kindred ultimate can get a lot of value, but and of course hold on to the Requiem so long that there's always potential team fight tip over by Bang. He's just picking up the red buff. He's focusing on experience, wants level 11 as early as possible.
I want to see the Requiem combo into the 5-man dunk.
Sounds good to me.
I'll be alright with that.
Tal's ready for the team fight phase, because just like in game number 1, the laning phase, it started well this time, but 2 kills in a row has kind of halted the onslaught of the Darius.
Yeah, it was definitely better. I think we saw him get to around 3 or 4 deaths in game 1 before he started popping off. So he just needs to die a couple more times and SKT win the game. That's just how it works.
See how Aurelia looks in the sideline. Has Ignite, so probably fancies his chances even against Linderong at this point, does Faker. Infinity Edge, not Infinity Edge, Trinity Force and the Ignite available to try to make things happen. Infinity Edge not coming as Effort.
A very intriguing rush if he had that one. Effort getting jumped on yet again. Tries to throw down the ultimate to get the lock in, but can't do it. Songwon comes up with the kill. Too much damage there on that Kindred. Effort gets punished.
Not much overkill, but they do get the kill. And of course, with the support going down, this will be another turret. That's from a missed position by the side of SKT. Seeing the Rift Herald used in mid lane to try to force Hanwha Life to disengage.
Yeah, only a little bit of damage here, so Rift Herald not going to do that much. Gets a charge off, takes it low. Now Hanwha Life looking for the wraparound. Faker finds a stun. Devour comes through. Rift Herald just going to get killed off. No towers still here for the side of SKT. Recall's coming through as this Infernal gets ready to spawn in 10 seconds. SKT may be able to push in and get some vision around this vicinity.
You know, teleport to get there quickly for Songyun, but for now, no problem. Seeing SKT rush towards the objective, they have the double smite, and it is a Karthus if he wants to rotate down. He won't, but The moment he gets there, seems like it still will be the Infernal Drake to SKT.
He's just now starting to push over that way. Shot barrage comes through, but not going to be fast enough to try to get that steal. Lava pushing forward now, sees how low effort's been taken. He'll get chugged down to about half HP. But Hanwha Life just going to have to settle for the Scuttle Crab in the end as Tall gets chased down by Linderock.
Never a good sign that that is a sentence you use of the Mundo chasing down the Darius.
Yeah. You want him running away.
Definitely do.
But he goes where he pleases. And now there's going to be a push here into the mid lane. Vision of Empire pushing Bank back as he tries to clear out with Skittles, but
full reset from SKT, so it's going to be just the turret dying.
Piling in here to the mid lane. They're just going to knock down a third one. All the outer turrets now falling.
The map movements have been very nice from Hanwha Life this game. Able to understand the full reset from SKT. And continue to move as a 5.
Oh, Faker! He's checking there for the moment, flashes away to get himself out safely. He's back with a little bit of damage, but have to be a bit more careful. Pop over the wall, Hanwha Life looking to get a push rolling here in the top lane towards that inner turret.
Hanwha Life have the full control of the top side, so Faker was being very bold, face checking into an area where SKT had no vision. Iceborne Gauntlet was to pick up this time by Sang-Yoon. Very, very safe, just wants to peel for himself. Flank towards the side, but see what happens.
Faker diving into the back at the moment. Black Shield coming down. He'll toss out the ultimate, but he is just going to get melted. Songwon comes up with the kill. Devourer there to take him out of that tower aggro. Couple shots just going to be exchanged around as Tall finishes off this outer turret in the bot lane, but that's just the first one for SKT. Hanwha Life right now, they're looking for their 4th of the game.
Faker trying to buy time while Darius split push, but misjudges both his own tankiness and the enemy damage. Just gives away a kill and the inner turret. Darius doesn't even have the Trinity Force. It's going to make slow work of this bot lane turret. Linderock's probably just going to chase him.
Yeah. Cleaver not going to connect. He's got the ward over the wall. Takes this turret down to half HP. Tall trying to out-trade him here for the moment. Ultimate's not up, but yeah, just has to go ahead and peel back. He doesn't have the Trinity Force himself. Not going to be outputting that much damage on that Darius, as you say. So 6-3. SK Telecom a bit behind. They have the Dragons on their side, but need to get some of the standing gold into their pockets. 1-4 as far as the turrets are concerned.
Just play around map control. They were playing on their weak side where Hanwha Life had made a full team rotation, and first Faker got caught and used his flash, then he was also caught trying to buy time for the Darius split push. A little bit sloppy from SKT, whereas around this time is when they really turned it on in game number 1.
Oh, bang. Pretty straightforward.
Time for the Merlinomicon as the second item this time around to try to help with the Lamb's Respite and, of course, the Mundo.
The unfortunate synergy of 2 players dropping the control wards in the same brush. We'll see their vision getting cleared out.
It's a ward over the wall here.
They are waiting. That's going to be a binding in onto Key, but that's it.
He also has Cleanse, so
Yep.
an unlikely opponent to be challenged.
He was fine. He didn't even blink.
KT right now just on defense duty. Can we deny things? Well, if Morgana goes down, maybe not.
And another binding, but Lava, he's a little bit beefy on that Swain already. Tall hovering around the mid lane. He's going to be cutting his way back down into the jungle. We'll find that control ward, can clear that out. As Hanwha Life start getting vision prepped around the Baron Pit.
Faker is hoping that he's going to hit an item timing where it's very difficult for anyone to challenge him 1v1. That's why he went for Ignite this game, to set up a scenario where both Swain and the Mundo would be unable to challenge him. That was probably supposed to be in coordination with the Darius being ahead. But because Darius is stalled out, the 1-3-1 not as superpowered as perhaps SKT were hoping. Hanwha Life can force SKT to come to them. They will be very content. But if they just allow Bang to free farm, already up to 250 CS, that's not going to be ideal, because we've already outlined a couple of times immense multi-type teamfight damage from SKT in the late game.
Well, 4:52 remaining on this mid-outer turret. SKT starting to bring the wave up. Bang pushing it through. But still, just getting somebody in range to knock this down, proving a bit too difficult and too risky, so Sang-Yoon can just catch it, keep this mid lane extended out for quite some time. Only 4,000 gold as a deficit here for SKT.
And for a second tier this time from Songyun, been skipped over by a lot of the Ezreal players this season. But there's a very squishy lineup on the side of SKT. Tal and Faker are only situationally tanky, and Blank the only frontliner. With the Archangels thrown in, you could maybe be able to one rotation effort who's just hopelessly squishy on the Morgana.
Yeah.
Black Shield not going to be enough to check Brush, could still die to the physical damage from the Ezreal.
And already had to burn the stopwatch, so doesn't even have that backup to rely on. So he is definitely very, very squishy until at least that Zhonya's comes through, and even then, he's got to wait a couple seconds.
Baron play from Hanwha Life as their way in is Songyun.
Looking for the pinch here. They get the tag. Abyssal Voyage coming through, however, in response from Key. Songyun just going to get tagged up to about 50% HP, but otherwise we'll be fine. And Hanwha Life continue to defend this mid turret successfully.
There's a
Hovering
cucumber.
nearby. A lot of Mystic shots connecting on the Bang.
Showing some confidence to Arcane Shift aggressively. Know exactly what SKT want to do is top side. Swain continues to push in. SKT need to make a decisive play soon.
Bit short the stun there, does Faker. Now Drake gets started up. Still do have one smite available. Blank has his. Bang's coming back up shortly as they try to get the Mountain Drake. Linderong wrapping around from the backside. The Apprehend not going to connect, and it's actually going to be Songyun who takes away the Mountain Drake. SKT now have to try to get out of here. Stun connects in on the lava. The binding not going to hit. Flashes coming out from SKT. Faker tosses the ult just to try to slow them up, but Linderong is still pushing forward, and Tall, he is just going to be left out to dry. Gets picked off as Songyun finds a kill. 7-3 now. Stun not connecting. He's still pushing up. Bang flashes away. Has the Dark Shield on him to try to get out with his life. Effort might not be able to do the same, and he cannot. Linderong finds the kill right after that Vision of Empire comes through.
Not much chase potential by the side of Hanwha Life. They get the 2 kills. Key flashing over a wall. Just a taste of the Tom catch. No disengage from Key. We're going to watch the replay of how this happened. Smite was early by Blank, and actually gets taken by Ezreal of all people. Smite's at 765. Doesn't have enough damage. Level 11 is the Smite. And then from there, every cleaver that comes in gives the SKT just all as a team need to flash. Knowing that a cleaver will spell doom. Key is so aggressive, flashing over a wall. May have missed the tongue lash, but they get 2 extra kills. And now Hanwha Life Esports with a pretty comfortable gold lead for 23 minutes.
Well, we're still keeping things spicy, though. Giving hope to either side is that Infernal Drake is going to be on the way next. So the 4th and final before the Elder pops its head out. SK Telecom, we'll see if they're going to be able to net that for themselves. So far, still haven't even been able to get the second turret on the board. This mid has been standing for quite some time at this HP level. So no one's just been able to get close enough to really even get the minions in.
SKT just haven't been able to cause enough threat to make something like a Requiem a teamfight ender. We didn't even see Requiem used for the majority of this game. I believe we've seen one all game. Goes to level 16 is Bang, who has been power farming.
Yeah, he had the one that killed Linda.
Yeah.
It's about the only time that we really saw it.
They just need a team fight where Faker and Tal can actually control the movements of the enemy team. Theoretically, Kindred, Ezreal, they should be zoned out of a team fight.
Oh.
We're not seeing that in the fight. It's just been SKT on full retreat the last couple of times.
Nice way to chunk out Sungwon for the moment, but if you get some honey fruit, we'll be all right. SKT, how do they try to swing themselves back into this game? See, just clearing out the vision for now. They're going to get spotted. Flank going to have to take the Arctic Assault over the wall, but that's going to be an Abyssal Voyage coming through from Key. Very aggressive. Comes in by himself, but Sungwon joins in as he hops over the backside of the Baron Pit.
He really loves these solo missions, this Key. Not many people play Tahm Kench like an assassin, but Key doing his best.
Also just playing mind games. Every time you see him coming in like that, you kind of have to expect that it's going to be bringing somebody with him. Just the solo taxi service.
Very close to multiple level 16s. SKT's problem is that they're down so many turrets they've never been able to side lane with the Aurelia. Because that's been missing out on quite a lot of farm in this game and never has been able to create the 1v1 he would have wanted to. 4 turrets to 1 down. Their control wards are super, super defensive and they have to be replaced. They're being cleared out by Hanwha Life off cooldown, we're seeing. So Actually getting value out of 1-3-1 so far has been tricky. They're really only getting the farm that's pushing to them, and that's why they've never been able to get back in the gold game. Consistently around 5,500 gold behind.
Blank getting pushed away from the Raptors here. Songyun wraps around the side, trying to work down this Sejuani, and is putting in quite a bit of damage. Assault over the wall yet again. Trying to get himself out to safety. Stun not going to connect. That's going to be the cleanse immediately. Key getting right out of that glacial prison, and they will just find the kill here on the blanket extended chase. No turret to hide under. He gets taken down, and Hanwha Life, they can just look straight for the Baron if they want. There's no smite here for SK Telecom for 30 seconds.
Key just keeps walking. Captain Jack cleanse on the first, and still able to power through the glacial prison. We know exactly what's coming here. The Darius needs to go back to base if he's going to TP at all. As you mentioned, no smite from SKT.
And no vision. Effort trying to push forward, throws down the control ward over the back. As they push in, bang. No smite on him yet. Just tries to buy some time, figures into the back, goes dangerously low. Lamb's Respite helps keep him alive for the moment as he goes golden, but this should just be a wash. Faker trying to trade something back, will get taken out. The Requiem comes in. Doesn't find a single kill Devour there from Key. Spits out the Ezreal. After multiple kills are picked up, Hanwha Life will have to abandon the Baron, however.
They deny the Baron, but no more than that Achilles, and the cost is too high. Usually one kill is what you want to give up. Watching the replay, saw team fights like this that defined SKT's Game 1 victory, but they just don't have enough threat. They're able to trivialize Tal for the majority. Nice play from Songyun, getting max damage out of the Ezreal on the outskirts. They go back, they buy, and they try it again.
Oh, yet again, another Abyssal Voyage coming through from Key.
Solo, baby.
Yeah, looking really
he's going in!
He's going to get the Devourer there. On to Blank, spits him back out. Songyun, can he follow up for the kill? I'm thinking yes. He'll go ahead, jump forward to the Arcane Shift, kills him with the Essence Flux, and oh man.
Key is a monster.
Yikes, that's basically all I have to say for Blank.
Holy crap, Key is just popping off on aggressive Tom Kench.
I mean, he got a triple kill on a Nami. Let's just go aggro on all of the fish characters in the game. Anything that is remotely aquatic.
He knows what he likes, you know? I can respect that.
He's got it figured out.
He's not doing a lot of damage, though.
No, he's not, but effort! He's gonna get burned down. Songyun rips the Morgana to shreds. Faker tries to go forward, jumps into the back yet again. Is falling down to half HP. Bang has to go golden with a stopwatch. Faker flashing over into the red pit. Bang manages to find one as he takes down Lava, but he is just going to get run down by Linderong, who just keeps on going where he pleases. Lamb's Respite helps keep Faker alive for the moment, but there's just too much follow-up coming through. Key finds another kill as he takes down Faker, getting the last hit. Blank now rejoining off the back of his last death, and honestly might just get put straight back into the grave because Songyun's got so much damage here with this Ezreal.
Here comes the conga line. They want a Darius.
They're looking for Tal. He's got the red buff here on the Ezreal. Slows up onto Blank. He's going to dash up the lane, try to go back to the base, but he will not make it there. Songwon's on the case. Songwon's got the chase. Last couple shots that come through. The Kindred gets the kill. Tal will go down as Key just keeps everybody from dying with the Devours. It's 19-6, a massive gold lead here for Hanwha, but they still haven't gotten the Baron.
Full house here, and the Sangam East Stadium are completely quietened by the passenger play. So many kills in a row for Hanwha Life Esports. A lot of SKT fans here hoping to see a successful return from Rift Rivals. Seems like Rift Rivals teams are primed to go. 1-3 in match scores. Only Kingzone Dragon X picked up a match victory.
Again, 19-6 effort. Starting up the Infernal Dragon. Needs Bang to get there and back him up. TP coming into the mid lane. And an Abyssal Voyage coming through. Key, he's like, I know what they want. I know what they're doing. They're not going to get it. Goes down that Scrying Plant. Bang going to have to try to peel back out of this one. Is he actually just going to int in to try to get the Dragon? Yes. He will do so. The one hope that he will die on to try to bring SKT back into this. They have the double Infernal, but they're 10,000 gold down.
Hey, we've all been there. You get the Drake, and you know what you say, Akio say, you got the late game, boys. Don't worry, we've got the scaling advantage, but don't know if the scaling's going to matter too much. That's a pretty long death timer, and Hanwha Life would like some inhibitors.
Yeah, they might just be able to go ahead and sweep to the base here. In the meantime, while they wait for Bang to rejoin, still 30 seconds out on that one. First turret going to fall, the next is going to fall soon. Hanwha Life might just be able to close it out here. Unless Faker can pull off some crazy heroics on the Aurelia, but I doubt it. Doesn't have a single kill so far. 0, 3, and 4 on that one. Glacial Prison comes down, gets a lockdown on a Songyun, but the Devourer comes through, so he is going to be safe. First Nexus turret dead. Linderong pulled in, and that is going to be Blank just disappearing I think the Nexus is about to do the same. Faker goes into the back trying to get rid of this pesky Ezreal, but he cannot do it. He just doesn't have the damage at the moment. And even if he did, there's still a Guardian Angel. Big pop comes through from Lava. Down goes SKT, bang goes Golden, the Nexus will fall. A 2-1 victory here for Hanwha Life. Not the clean 2-0 that we saw from them in their match versus KT, but they get rid of the other Telecom team. Game 1 was a bust. Tall popped off in the Darius. They try it again in Game 3. Things start off well, but all goes south from there. Hanwha Life close it out.
The coaches and the subs come in and crowd the booth. It is a clean ace and a 2-1 victory for Hanwha Life Esports. They finished the first round robin 6-3, right up there with the big boys. 2 matches behind Griffin, near the top of the table. Well-deserved victory from them. They made some misplays in the mid-game of game number 1, but otherwise were comfortably the better team.
Yep.
Head and hands for Bang. SK Telecom tried to show the new. They brought out the Cartha Smite, and you know what? It worked in game number 1. In a different world, game 3 could have gone their way as well, but they never got the split push on with the Ignite Aurelia. They were too easily answered in the mid-game, and by the end, it was a bit sad when they were inting for Drakes. SK Telecom T1, they continue to inch forward, but that doesn't mean, just because they've improved, that they can beat a team as good as Hanwha Life Esports.
We see Koma briefly there in the booth offering his condolences to his squad, but no Bangi, no Pooh in the booth. Whereas it's a party over in the Hanwha Life Esports booth.
They just have so many players and stuff.
I mean, 10 players, you got all the support staff coming through every time. Just have a little after party off the backside of the win.
Well, if they keep winning, these 5 players behind them are only going to see the booth after victories because they're not getting into the chairs anytime soon. Bit of a back rub for Songwon. Visible from Mighty Bear, I believe. A pack up from SKT. It was such a heartening run for them before Rift Rivals. I thought it was a great Rift Rivals performance altogether. But just because you're improving, I'll say it again, it doesn't mean you win. They got the Game 1 victory, largely off a big misplay from Hanwha Life, but well closed out by SKT. But they're going to have to find lower opposition to actually find the match wins to actually close in on top 5.
Yeah. Just an unraveling there in Game 3. Everything that looked like it was going well for SK Telecom just fell apart by the end. Songyun getting out of control on that Ezreal. So much damage being pumped out by him, but really, Key, if Key is not the MVP, I'm about to start a riot in the studio.
He was beast moding on the Tahm Kench. Easy choice for me. Big damage numbers out of Bang, but didn't really feel like this Karthus passed the eye test. The Aurelia pick, I liked the idea, but could never get going, and the top lane death really allowed Hanwha Life Esports to make it a big map for them to get catch after catch. The Tahm Kench, Abyssal Voyage behind, never with an ally, always a solo mission.
Just going by yourself, hit that tongue lash, set them up, get the Devour, and spit them out to their doom. MVP, I know who we want. Will we get it? Yes, we will. It's going to be Key coming in 2-0 in 17. 76% kill participation there, and only his second MVP win, but my God, did he earn it.
Battle Kench after the Battle Nami a couple of days ago. Someone has spent the Rift Rivals break practicing clearly. Key has looked reinvigorated. This time he brought a friend. He made sure not to make that mistake next time.
Yeah. Just go ahead. Get the lockdown there on the Tull. Even got the kill, still not sure how he did it. Might have had the Ignite, wasn't paying attention on the replay. And then they just waited in the brush until Tull walked all the way back from base and then killed him again.
At least he didn't teleport onto a minion and die, so
sure.
That's why you feel bad as Tull, because
it just shows you how dedicated they were.
They certainly were dogged in their decision-making, chasing for kills again and again, able to make them, flashing over walls in some other places we might not actually see. The Captain Jack cleanse, beautiful.
Yep, goodbye. Mitchell Prison not going to do enough. Link goes down. He almost got that kill as well.
I know.
Nearly had the
Deserved it. Wasn't to get it. And this wasn't enough gold on Faker for these backline dives. We saw Songyun and others on slivers of health a couple of times. Make that an extra item. The sliver goes away. Good team utility here. Here's one of his fearsome dives. He just wanted some boar for his lunch.
Yep. And he got it. Spits him right back out. Gets bound. Doesn't matter. Just give Songyun the kill.
They got Baron from that.
Yep. I feel when you get killed by a W from an Ezreal,
yeah.
It's always a bad feeling.
Feels really bad.
Yep. Well, try as they might, SKT, they try to put some kills on the board. They try to get the turrets. I don't even know if they ever killed the outer turret in mid. There's minions on it right now, so maybe it went down. Hard to say. But Hanwha Life, they just commanded this game 3 and 2.
And even made the disengages happen when he is. So well-deserved victory on the MVP for Key. We'll hear from Hanwha Life Esports. They ruminate on their most successful round robin so far.
Yeah, beating SKT and KT in the same week. Let's go ahead and throw to Joel for our MVP interview.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Joel with your interview translation. The last one of the night, as we saw Hanwha Life Esports all day to lose out that game number 1. They do pick up the 2 games in a row. They are the winners from the match. And you guys are 3rd place now. And how do you feel about that? It's been 1 year since my debut, but I think it's my first time being in 3rd place in LCK, so it feels great. I mean, Key, you had a longer experience, I'm sure. That's my 3rd year veteran, but I've never been to the postseason, and but I feel like this season is a lot more meaningful in the way that the possibilities are the greatest that we've ever had. It became a very awkward position where 3rd place, it seems like anybody can come through in terms of obviously the wild card coming all the way up there, and you guys have to go up against very tough oppositions. But well, today it was a good game for you guys. But Lava, it's your birthday tomorrow. And you do have a lot of fans and being working towards where we saw the Lava being so popular nowadays. Would you like to say something for your birthday? I mean, it's my birthday tomorrow, and I never beat SK Telecom before, and it feels great to have beat them today. That becomes very meaningful because, Key, you've been playing this game for a lot longer, and what was the big thing about the trauma of SK Telecom? And we always talk about how the teams compare between the 2 teams, and Kings on SKT, and obviously we never beat them before, so the top 3 that we always talked about, we beat Africa recently, so now beating SKT, and it feels like we're playing better, that we are better players than we previously thought. Just feels like a strong team is being proved worthy of beating anyone in their way, and get to see some of the highlights as to how Hanwha Life picked up their wins today. And Talon was seemingly just going so aggressively forward. I didn't have too much confidence on the Talon, but I knew the head coach was really trusting me with that pick, hoping for me to do well. Did you feel a little bit underconfident for the Talon because you were less experienced? I was really scared at first, so in the early laning phase I went a little bit scared. But after I got the movie boots, I knew that it allowed me to find my stillness, and it allowed me to just go in very confidently. And the bot lane was interesting too. I mean, as long as I wasn't in the front line, I knew our bot lane was going to be safe. So, and just for the top lane and the mid lane who did so well, it allowed the bot lane the safety as well. And Talon with the Moby boots, and he never went to bot lane, and something that was a key decision for you to go up there. We always try to decide based on the situation, so we always feel like when Lava wants to make a decision, we try to follow up on that. In the bot lane, obviously the stability and the security was the biggest thing, trying to keep that lane intact, and it just feels like the game 3, we thought that Key was one helping out, but didn't know he was going to get the MVP. But we're going to see some of the plays where Key definitely deserved that MVP, coming in for the ultimate. I feel like this was the biggest thing about this game here. I feel like today, this game right here, this was definitely my call to go in on here, and of course the commentators did mention this as well, but it could have been a teleport play, but did you feel like you had to use ultimate to get there? As soon as we got the top laner once, we always try to just kind of stay back a little bit, because after that opening, the top laner felt a little bit too secure. That was the timing when we decided to go in together and got another kill off of that one. It just felt like just a camp along the top side for most of that game, and for Darius did so well in game 1. Did you feel like maybe Linderang was scared of that play? Yeah, after game 1, I think he was a little bit scared of Darius, but at the same time, if we put our power into the top lane, that we can actually beat out without being scared at all. It became an interesting point for the top lane, just putting out the plays there, but it just feels like Sangyun was one to just approach forward and be a little bit aggressive towards getting that tower, and it feels like Hanwha Life Esports type of play style. I mean, when Sangyun picks up the Ezreal, it's something that allows me to be a lot more aggressive in roaming around, and because the Ezreal has such good mobility to stay alive, so that was allowed me to be a little more free. Of course, other champions, if he plays that, have to be a lot more caring for the ADC, but for Ezreal, you can just leave that alone and know that it's going to stay safe most of the time. It's a good pick for us. And Sangyun Ezreal has been kind of infamous at times for how he has done in the past, but he's doing a lot better now. You know, when we decided to go, put the power onto the bot lane when we got the Ezreal on, that's when we decided that, the Ezreal was a strong pick for all of us. I mean, Sangyun was never the problem. Just feels like everyone's pretty happy about how that all went on, but let's continue our talk about talent. And it just felt like you were a little bit underconfident about that pick in general, but do you feel like today is a little bit of an assignment for you to be more confident with the variety picks? And with the Rift Rivals, when we were back here in Korea, we were trying to practice multiple champions, but Talon was one of those picks, and we got pretty good win rates off of that, so decided to go with that today. And it feels like Swain, you have done so well with it, but with Talon, something that's new, was there no problem with adjusting? Adaptation wasn't a problem for us. I mean, you guys are 3rd place now. You can be all the confident in the world, and after rounding out the number 1 and seeing going so well for you guys, and really looking towards the postseason possibilities to see how this momentum can push forward. Of course, Lava, your birthday tomorrow. Anything like to say to guys as well? With the round 1 robin, we end up in 3rd place, and it was a lot of strong teams in the earlier rounds, and we're trying to just prepare a lot more so that we don't get shaken up, and we try to continue on this good result that we've been having. Unshaken is kind of the key term that I decided to go with, but Lava, do have birthday tomorrow, but anything like to say to the fans out there? Always thank the fans for cheering for us, and we're not going to be satisfied with the 3rd place. We're going to try to get higher and higher, hopefully to get close to the 1st place as we can. 3rd place is a great result, but it's Hanwha Life Esports wanting a little bit more. It's greeding over what is right. It's something they have been really prompting for, and we're going to get back to you guys for the rest of the broadcast.
Thank you very much, Joel. Whew, man, what a way to round out the round robin. The first one here of the summer split. Hanwha Life able to come back in, wins game 2 and 3 versus SK Telecom, who started things off quite nicely. Tall finally got an MVP win, but then it all went awry from there.
No words with the SKT top laner, and then was preyed upon in the final game. That means that Hanwha jump a couple of spots, and you hear
+2.
Their loyal contingent who stayed here to around 11:15 p.m. Korean Standard Time. They're stoked because they are now 3rd, 6-3, a great spot.
Yep.
Remember, this team was 4th until almost the final week of the LCK spring season. They got their sights set on their first playoffs together, and who's to say they won't get there, because they do look like one of the better teams in Korea.
Yeah, they certainly do. Stepping over the heads of SKT and KT Rolster, leaving them down around that 6th and 7th place spot. Coming up tomorrow, though, we got more matches. OGN just rolling on through. This will be the last OGN match day of the week. Atlas will be back to bring you the action alongside Papa Smithy as we see Kingzone Dragon X go up against Jin Air Green Wings, and then round out with MVP versus BBQ Olivers.
MVP not in great form. BBQ with no wins. BBQ actually play MVP into Jin Air.
Yep.
If you don't win one of those two, maybe you don't win.
I think then you're basically in relegation at that point. I think you kind of have to accept it.
I think they're probably going to be in relegations, whatever happens,
Sure.
if you're BBQ, but you might go 0-18. That has never happened. Every team has picked up at least one match win. MVP, Jin Air, those are the easiest opposition. After that, it gets really tricky.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be on the record worse than Spenu Sonic
No,
Boom.
no, or Kongnu Monster.
Or Kongnu Monster. Always a really, really bad look. But guys, whew, it's been a long day. Long day of games. Always going to the full 6.
But we'll bring you back
when
next
I'm
week,
here.
I
I'll be
reckon.
back here on Wednesday. You know, Atlas will round things out. I got some undersight to do on the weekend, so I got to take care of that stuff. But back on Wednesday. I'll have some more League of Legends actions. We'll see if we can go for the full 6 yet again when we come back for that. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you next week.